As we are discussing about money and you, we all day and night work for money, and we're also learning that we should make our money work for us as well. Now, in these COVID times, as income has been challenged for all of us, we are all surviving, we are giving our best so that our incomes can be sustained. So, having this in line, we have Mr. Dharmendra Satapathy, founder Next Level Education, once again with us. So, welcome once again on this platform. Today, sir, will be speaking on how to survive without regular income. This is again one of the challenging areas for all of us in these unprecedented times. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Dimple. Thank you so much, AAFM, for having me over here. Let me just get into my presentation. And can you all see this? Is it visible to all? Hello? Is this visible? Hello, is this visible? Is this presentation visible? Is this slide visible? Yes, okay, fine. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I have just having finished the panel discussion. My topic today is in a way connected with the panel discussion, and while I was talking over there, some of the ideas I did share over there, and I'd like to reiterate that here. How to survive without regular income? This kind of a question, this kind of a topic perhaps would have never come up in the past, maybe 10 years back or 20 years back, because we all believed that an income goes on all the way till 60, and you then goes on maybe sometimes even till 65, and then you have a very normal, well-defined retired life of a few years with a pension and with children supporting you. But unfortunately, it's not the same. And I still think it's unfortunately because we are not waking up to this. We are not waking up to this particular scenario. And it's very important to know that there is a new normal right now. And we keep saying new normal because of the automation, because of artificial intelligence, because of COVID, the lockdown. And today we are doing a seminar with, I believe there are 2,400 people out there. And most of we are sitting at our homes and we are reaching out to everyone in this 2,400 people. Absolutely an impossible, even it is beyond imagination a few years back that this could happen. So there is clearly a new normal, and today maybe certain things are looking very positive that we can do a seminar like this, so large a seminar. So it's highly productive. But for everything good, there is something that there are risks also. For every returns, there are some kind of risks also that come into play. And clearly we need to be mindful of those risks. And if you were to look at the new normal, let's also go back and study the old normal. If you look at the old normal, I'll tell you how I grew up. And many of the people of my age, or even today, people are growing up thinking that I will study hard and I will get a job. And once I get a job after studying hard, I'll do a PG and get a better job. And that job means safety. And more so that I need to go to office on time and I need to do hard work, I need to sweat, and I need to come back home, and I need to just do this regularly. As long as my time I'm giving to this job and I'm sincere to this job, my job will take care of me throughout my life. This is the way the old normal was. Hence, studying was for a job. So you want to do medicine, you want to earn money. You want to do engineering, you need to get a job and earn money. So things were very, very different. It was at the end something that is safe, and not only safe. At one point, if I take it to an extreme, if I get a government job, still better. Whether I work, I don't work, I'll still make my money and I'll still retire. Now, this is what the old normal was, and this isn't the case today. A great degree is hardly an insurance for a great career. Today, instead of your time, what's important is to sell a skill. So whether you've scored great marks, it doesn't matter as long as you develop skills. So these are things that are happening. And why I'm saying this is because there will be a life without a salary, and we need to help ourselves Of course, we discussed in the panel about wealth management, etc. All that will come into play. But at a very basic level, one needs to understand that the old normal is not no longer there, and it's very important to be mindful of this. Okay, because that retirement, which meant 60 years, today India is a young country. There's no doubt, but that doesn't mean that retirement problem is far away. The 60-year retirement problem is perhaps hitting people at 40, 45. Okay, or maybe 50 if you're lucky. And going forward, it's likely to further reduce to a lower age. And hence, as I said in the panel, that if it's a film star will never look at his career from a 30-year perspective. A cricketer or a sports person will never look at his career from a 30-year perspective. He will see, I have this 5 years, 7 years, this 8 to 10 films, or maybe a few seasons in IPL and maybe a couple of years with the Indian cricket team, and then I will have to do something of my own. I'll create a lot of wealth and settle down, and then perhaps I'll become a director or I'll do my own films. Something like that, he thinks. This is something that was not affecting everyone earlier. But today, anybody who's at the age of 25 when he's starting his career, he has to be mindful that perhaps at 40, he needs to do something of his own. And his job won't take him all the way. And at the other end, when life was perhaps ending at 70, now perhaps will end at 90. So both these things are taking place simultaneously, and one has to be very mindful of it. So let's stop living a life of assumptions. Okay, this is not going to happen, and it's not that I'm driving fear into you. I'm just saying that be mindful, take guidance, contact people who know these things. Okay, it's very, very important. Money management is very important. Making money is important, but a lot of us perhaps know a bit about making money, but very few people understand. And in this kind of a scenario, money management is going to become even more important. So there is clearly an emergence of a new risk, and this new risk that I'm saying is that a risk where you perhaps won't have a job to back you, and you need to have your skills to back you. So are you developing your skills? Are you being mindful of skills? One needs to be bolder also. One cannot be complacent. Okay, or one needs to have money which is managing so well that one can relax. So there is a new risk that is there right now, and there is no shying away from it. We all have to take it head on. Okay, that doesn't mean that things can't be managed, because even if job duration is reducing, the salaries are going very high. So people are earning a lot of money during a very small phase of their life. It's just like a film star or a person in the sports industry. They have careers which are still shorter, and they make a little more money than the normal people. But obviously incomes are going up, but the duration of work is going to come down. So as I said, when I mean convergence, then the Aam Aadmi is converging towards vocations like sports and films and professionals of this nature. We are all getting closer to that kind of thought process. A shorter life to earn money with a steady income, and thereafter you are on your own to do something. And this is a reality, and it's hitting people left, right, and center even as of today. When I passed my MBA, I was so sure that for 15 years I would keep getting jobs. And I know today a lot of people are already suffering in their first, second, third jobs, and they just don't seem to be having the energy. So it's getting difficult. People are demanding skill. So what's happened during the automation, during the lockdown and the pandemic, is that we've been forced to work from home, and suddenly organizations have realized that business can happen this way. So when you are asked to work from home, I don't think it's time to celebrate. It's a time to realize that one needs to be very, very mindful of their skills and keep working on their skills and developing their skills, and having a mindset that I need to add value to what I do in life. So making money is of course necessary. And when a person, like I was asked the question at 25, what would you like to tell somebody? Yes, 25 to 40 is the time to make your money, to manage your costs, to invest your money, and to create a strong corpus. And if you do that, and surprisingly, we have in our wealth management and financial planning a property called compounding. And compounding works wonderful if you give it 15 years time. So if you can make money for 15 to 20 years and you invest it well, you can have perhaps a life where you don't have to work any longer. And in case you want to work longer, it's your choice. You work the way you want to work at your pace. So this is an opportunity if you take it well and if you plan for it, or else it can be an accident. So managing money is clearly the secret to good living, whether it is wealth management, what you do to the money, whether you plan it, how do you, if you have money, you can donate money. If you have money, you can transfer money. If you have money, you can protect money and get a constant income where your money works for you. So a few concepts I would like to run quickly through you before my time comes to an end in this particular presentation period that I have got to speak with you. One is we need to be mindful of concepts like active income versus passive income. Inherently, we are always told that active income we feel is a better way to earn. So if I'm a doctor, I need to go and practice every day and have patients on whom I operate or I work on them. Okay, if I am in employment, I need to go to an office and do something. Okay, this is active income. And people having a lot of money with them also believe that the people who have a job are the lucky people. But the reality is that if you can make your money earn for you, that is passive income. If you can make your skill earn for you. So for example, you're an author and you get paid for having written a book, royalty income. Okay, some property you've made and somebody's using it and you're getting income out of it. You're getting rent out of something. These are passive income. Please, youngsters need to focus in life that they need to move from active to passive a lot more faster. It'll give them a lot more leeway to experiment and succeed in life, provided they have passive income, a source of passive income. So please be mindful of a concept called active and passive income. Okay, it could be an author, it could be a course that you are running, which is an automated course where you are not speaking, but you have a website where your courses are stored over there and people come read your course and they pay you for it. So there are umpteen ways of passive income, and one of the best way of passive income which is available to all of us is money as your working partner. Very few people, you need to see money very differently. Okay, we normally store money for a rainy day, but money should be sent to work. So when you send money to work, this means investing. And money is the best friend of yours. Money is the best worker for you. Money works for you without cribbing, without complaining. 24 hours, you can make money work. Make it your partner. Be a good investor. Okay, so that's very important. Third point, liquid money versus illiquid money. Very, very important point to keep in mind. We feel sometimes extremely happy to be owners of 4 or 5 flats, but honestly, that's not money that earns for you. That's not a money that creates a stream of income for you. Okay, and if you calculate the returns also, it's far, far better to have more liquidity, more money available. A bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush. So please be mindful of liquidity and illiquidity, because these are the concepts that will help you with a stream of cash flows when you don't have an income that comes your way. Finally, of course, be mindful of inflation. People sometimes think that the kind of money that they have will last them for a very long time because they completely disregard the impact of inflation. So inflation is something that has to always be in your mind when you do any calculation. But as I talk about inflation, I will also say that people don't understand the power of money. People sometimes underestimate the power of the money that they already have. For example, if a person has even 1 crore of rupees and he is, let's say, at the age of 45, he can perhaps live his entire life on that 1 crore, even if he has nothing else that comes his way. So people need to understand how to manage that 1 crore. So there's a lot of power in money. There's a lot of power in, as I said, in power of compounding is actually an 8th wonder of the world. If it is deployed correctly under some guidance, you can make your money give a lot back to you. And finally, let's understand about the purpose of life. Some people have a lot of money, but they just keep this money and they keep storing money, and they are unable to spend money also. So at one end, we need to make money in those 15 years so that we are financially free. At the other end, if you have money, You need to spend money at the right point in time of your life. Whenever there's a particular point where you are 35, 36, you have a car to buy, you need to buy a car. If you have the money, if you have the planning, you should do it. Second thing is the purpose of life. What are we here for? So when a person becomes rich, now I'm moving to people who are already rich. Okay, they have all the. When a person becomes rich beyond a point, he can't spend any more on his own lifestyle. A point comes when he says that this is it. I'll spend 1 or 2 lakhs of rupees on my lifestyle. I can't go more than that. Now, if the person gets 10 lakhs of rupees a month and he's spending only 1 or 2 lakhs, he is creating a lot of money. How do you manage that money itself? It's not just about storing that money or protecting that money and transferring to the next generation. It's also about what you do with that money. What kind of charity would you like to do with that money? What would you like that money to do in society for you? Okay, so there are a lot of things where a purpose of life is something we need to, especially when you have the money, need to be mindful that a life becomes far, far more meaningful when you attach a purpose to it. Otherwise, just making money as your end can make you feel a bit flat towards the end of your life. My last slide is after this, which I keep telling people who are fairly wealthy, that please don't die rich and live poor. Okay, and this is something that happens to a lot of people I have seen. They feel there's a rainy day that will come, and then they don't know how much of money that they have. They have so much of money that they can live for the next 40 years, and they hardly have 5 years to live. So please spend the right amount of money at the right point in time. Spend it for the society, spend it for others also, because sometimes you really have abundant money. So as I said, these two concepts also, right amount of money at right point in time, don't die rich and live poor. Along with these concepts of active, passive income, money as your working partner, liquidity versus illiquidity, inflation, the power that is there in your money to serve you, and a purpose to life. I think these are the concepts I thought I should share with you for a life that can happen at a future stage where you don't have earnings. Okay, so first you need to build your wealth. If you have wealth from the preceding generation, manage that wealth and build your wealth. Reach a point when you don't need to work for money. And I feel that when you reach that point where you don't have to work for money, that is where you make even more money, because your mind is at a peace and you are in a flow. So with that, I would like to, perhaps if there's any time, I can take questions. And if there's no time, then leave it to the host to decide.
Thank you so much, Dharmendra sir, for sharing wonderful presentation with all of us. I am sure every word is a learning for all of us, and especially these times, as I just mentioned in the beginning, also income is a challenge for all of us. But surviving without regular income, I think we've learned from this presentation. Thank you so much, Dharmendra sir, for being a part of our investors meet. Thank you from the entire team of AFM India.
Thank you so much.